says I, to a passer-by who's the man with the nut brown hair. Well, he smiled at me, and with pride says he, the Timber Ireland's crown. She's young Rosie McCann, from the banks of the Pan. She's the star of the county down. From Bantry Bay up to Daddy K, from Galway to Dublin town. Oh, mate, I've seen like the sweet Colleen when I met at the county down. Well, I've traveled a bit, but there was it since my roving career began. In Merriman Square, I surrendered there the charms of young Rosie McCann. I'd a heart to lead and no tenon yet, a seeing short gown, but in she went, and I asked no rent from the star of the county down. From Bantry Bay up to Daddy K, from Galway to Dublin town. Oh, man, I've seen like the sweet Colleen that I met at the county down. At the harvest fair, I'll be surely there, and I'll dress in my Sunday clothes, with my shoes shone bright, my hat cocked right, for a smile from my nut brown rose. No pipe I'll smoke and no horse I'll yoke, but thrust my plow turned brown, till a smiling bride by my own fireside sits the star of the county down. From Bantry Bay up to Daddy K, from Galway to Dublin town. Oh, man, I've seen like the sweet Colleen that I met at the county down. From Bantry Bay up to Daddy K, from Galway to Dublin town. Oh, man, I've seen like the sweet Colleen that I met at the county down. Good afternoon, JordanCon. We're going to have a great weekend. I want you to sing some songs with me today. And this is one of my favorites because it's inspired by hobbits. I love hobbits too. So, and it's inspired by events that actually happened. Don't go drinking with hobbits. Sure, you'll have a grand time all night long. But if you go drinking with hobbits, my friends, you may not want to wake up at all. That is your chorus, so try that with me. Don't go drinking with hobbits. Sure, you'll have a grand time all night long. But if you go drinking with hobbits, my friends, you may not want to wake up at all. Some of you aren't singing, so we're gonna need to get this in ready to go, because this is an interactive show. Let's try it again. Don't go drinking with hobbits. Sure, you'll have a grand time all night long. But if you go drinking with hobbits, my friends, you may not want to wake up at all. Don't worry, you'll pick it up after all 22 verses. They were thoughtful and kind when they invited me to drink. Alone here and among hobbit kind. They bought me half, then another, and one more. Told stories of days long gone by. The brew was strong, my glass never emptied, as if time stood still and bare. Oh, when I woke the next morning, I felt like old Smaug had been there. Oh, don't go drinking with hobbits. Sure, you'll have a grand time all night long. But if you go drinking with hobbits, my friends, you may not want to wake up at all. Now, you may wonder how it all happened. Well, I'm still wondering what happened too. I had tea, dinner, and supper. Quite full, I thought I was through. But they insisted I come to the flagon and drink to the health of new friends. Oh, when I got there, I made more hobbit friends, and the toast seemed never to end. Let me hear you. Don't go drinking with hobbits. Sure, you'll have a grand time all night long. But if you go drinking with hobbits, my friends, you may not want to wake up at all. When the sun arose the next morning, and I lifted my head from my drool, there were beer mugs spilled on the tables, and hobbits lying next to their stools. A young hobbit lass grinned across the barroom and nudged each of my new hobbit friends. And then sometime after second breakfast, we all started drinking again. Oh, don't go drinking with hobbits. Sure, you'll have a grand time all night long. But if you go drinking with hobbits, my friends, you may not want to wake up at all. Now, before I tell you what happened, I need everyone to move into the center because we got more people coming in. So slide on in, get comfortable. Go ahead. Come on. You got to get together here. You know, I left Hobbiton a few days later. My head, it was swollen and sore. It felt like a dwarven anvil after a terrible war. I don't think I'll ever recover from the food, the drink, and the cheer. And I swear I'll never drink with hobbits again. At least till I see them next year. Oh, don't go drinking with hobbits. Sure, you'll have a grand time all night long. But if you go drinking with hobbits, my friends, you may not want to wake up now. Let me hear you now. Don't go drinking. Sure, you'll. But if you go, you may not want to wake up. Really loud now. Sure, you'll. But if you go, last chance, all together now, really loud, top of your lungs. Don't go drinking with hobbits. Sure, you'll have a grand time all night long. But if you go drinking with hobbits, my friends, you may not want to wake up at all. I feel like I need to test your shouting ability. So I'm going to teach you a little bit of Irish. There's a great phrase in the Celtic nation, Sláinte Can you say that? Sláinte. Sláinte means here's to your good health. Sláinte is here's to your health. Ba is good. Spelled nothing like it sound because it's Irish. If you know the language, you know what I'm talking about. So when I sing Sláinte, you're going to shout it back to me. So let's try that. Sláinte. Sláinte. Here's to your good health, one and all. If your soul feels rather thirsty, you hear the crate, the call. Raise up your glass and Sláinte. Now, if you want to raise up your hand as if you have a drink, or if you have a drink, raise up your hand there. So let's try it again. Sláinte. Sláinte. Here's to your good health, one and all. If your soul feels rather thirsty, you hear the crate, the call. Raise up your glass and Sláinte. Many times in my life, forgot the kindest toad. I reaped the sorry seeds that I sowed. But when I gave instead of took, that's when my spirit growed. My charity turned into liquid gold. And we sing, Sláinte. Sláinte. Here's to your good health, one and all. If your soul is rather thirsty, and hear the crate, the call. Raise up your glass and Sláinte. Now this song is more than just a drinking song, as you'll find out in this next verse. Your work week was a bear. You're feeling rather low. You head to JordanCon to watch a show. There the singer makes you smile, and the music makes you glow. So buy an album pen before you go. Sláinte. Sláinte. Here's to your good health, one and all. If your soul feels rather thirsty, you hear the crate, the call. Raise up your glass and Sláinte. 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 Here's to your good health, one and all. If your soul feels rather thirsty, you hear the crate, the call. Raise up your glass and Sláinte. All right, I think you're about Got time for one more? Okay, so we have time for one more song. So I'm going to do something that you might know. It does have a part for you. But first, I do want to let you know about album pins. And he's following something that I want to teach you. First off, I say I have album pins. You say, you have album pins? Just like he did. So I have album pins. Good, that's good. So album pin is a lapel pin themed to a particular album that I've released. You get a digital download, and then you can wear your albums. For those of us who don't have CD players, so it works with everything too, as you'll find out throughout the weekend. So, so there's a song that we're going to sing right now. You may be familiar with. It has a part for you. Actually, a couple parts, but we're going to start with the first one. The first one is when I sing "The Hills of Tanchico," you're going to shout, "Hey!" I say, "The hills of Tanchico, the hills of Tanchico." I think you got this. Okay. The second one I'll guide you into in a moment. I'll tell you a tale of a lad of 20, a terrant fun boy with coin aplenty. For love, more's the pity. Now he's lost in the hills of Tanchico City, where one's not enough and three's too many, and two brings a man to his knees. The hills of Tanchico, the hills of Tanchico, the hills of Tanchico, the hills of Tanchico. These hills will flat the whole ship's crew. These hills will make a man out of you. These hills will flat the whole ship's crew. These hills will make a man out of you. The hills of Tanchico, the hills of Tanchico, the hills of Tanchico, the hills of Tanchico. All right, you just heard that last verse. I'm going to need you to sing along with me. We're going to guide you into it with one verse at a time, so repeat after me. These hills will flat the whole ship's crew. These hills will flat the whole ship's crew. These hills will make a man out of you. These hills will make a man out of you. These hills will flat the whole ship's crew. These hills will make a man out of you. These hills will flat the whole ship's crew. These hills will make a man. Really loud now. The hills will flat the whole ship's crew. These hills will make a man out of you. The hills of Tanchico, 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 the hills of Tanchico.
Gerald's job.
Okay.
Hello? I have to hold one. Right in my mouth. That's really close. This good? Oh Jesus. This good? Are we good here? Cool. Hi everybody. My name is Paul Balachik. Apparently everyone knows that. But for who doesn't know who I am? Oh, thank God. All right. So, because there's some jokes in here that are about me and that wouldn't work. So, for those that don't know me, I've attended JordanCon since year 2, way back in 2010, and I've been cosplaying. Oh, wait for it. What are you doing? Yeah. Are you not going to go through the slideshow? Oh, tech. Good times. Hey, there we go. So I've been cosplaying as Randall Thor since my very first JordanCon. And you stay over there. And I've even been... Go away, speaker. And I've even... Man, this is a lot longer than it did in rehearsal. So I've been cosplaying as Rand since year 2 at JordanCon, but I've actually been cosplaying at Rand all the way back to 2002 in college for Halloween, and no one knew who I was. So then in JordanCon 3, my coat got a little fancier, and I would like to take a moment that for those that weren't here, that is what the Ravinia lobby used to look like. It had plants and fountains, and those pillars in the background were like perfect stone of tear, amazing for photo shoots, and now it looks like modern stuff. Yes, cosplaying as Rand, 2019, I was the Toastmaster of JordanCon. Now, some have said, Jimmy, that my Toastmaster skit was the reason not only for the cancellation of JordanCon 2020, but that I might have personally been responsible for the entire pandemic. Jimmy. By the way, Jimmy's the one that says that, not me. So the theme in 2019, for those that weren't there, was the Shy Con, which in the old tongue translates to the Dark Con. And my shtick was that I was an evil Randall Thor. Oh, wait, there's probably a slide. Oh my gosh, really? Are you gonna not? Why are you a jerk? There you go. So the shtick was I was an evil Randall Thor who traveled to this dimension through the portal stones from another universe. And I like to describe it as the darkest timeline for those who have seen the TV show Community. And so, great show, 6 seasons in a movie. And for the record, Jimmy, there is no proof that I caused any of that. Thank you very much. So that's why I'm up here. And So the reason I'm up here this year is because JordanCon has a tradition of a previous Toastmaster to be part of the current year's opening ceremonies, to be part of the fun, to introduce the next Toastmaster. Think of it like the passing of a torch. And sadly, our 2025 Toastmaster, Gerald Coleman, is running a little late. Jimmy asked me if I could come up here and stall for him. Has anyone seen Gerald? Is Gerald Coleman here? Good, because if you were, then this joke wouldn't land. So the funny part is back in the day, Jimmy promised me that if I could stay up here talking for more than 3 minutes, then no matter who's supposed to be the Toastmaster, I could just take over. Do you remember that, Jimmy? Do you remember signing this statement? Signing this both reluctantly and drunkenly. So here's the thing. Another tradition of JordanCon is if you are 21 years or older and you are so inclined, there are so many opportunities for the drinking. And sometimes you give Jimmy the drinks and you get him to sign a certain document. And yeah. And then when Jimmy doesn't remember the document, come on, buddy, you can do this. I believe in you. Oh, cool. So he essentially read this to me. As you can see, he was doing a little bit of the drinking. And Jen wasn't paying attention. So what is, no, come on, buddy. What are you doing? No bad tabs open, please. Go to the next slide. You can do it. Cool. So, that one's done. And now it's definitely been longer than 3 minutes. It was supposed to be like 3:15, but yeah, so cool. So, hi, that's how you become Toastmaster of JordanCon a second time. My name is Paul Malachik, and I am your Toastmaster this year. Welcome to JordanCon 2026. So, all joking aside, our planned Toastmaster, Ola Jankowski, Ola Hill, was unable to join us this year for personal reasons, and we're going to miss her, but we promise you will see her back here another year in the future, hopefully during opening ceremonies as a Toastmaster. All right, joking's back now. So first, I'd like to introduce our 2026 guests of honor. However, I'm going to do something a little different. Rather than simply reading their bios to you, which you can easily find on their website, our program book, SCED, all those places, I've asked our literary guest and our artist guest for two interesting truths about themselves, facts that they think that are fun to share with you guys, that you probably would never learn from their professional bio, but I've also asked them to just tell one lie, which may be outrageous and obvious, or it may be difficult to identify. So introducing our literary guest of honor, P. Jelly Clark, please stand up. Thank you so much. I'll be moderating the Literary Guest of Honor Spotlight Saturday here in Dunwoody, BC at 1 p.m. And please join us for that. And now, two truths and one lie. I first read Eye of the World by Robert Jordan by stealing it. I was once asked to write a prequel novel centered on my favorite Wheel of Time character. I once almost brought down the entire German bond market and caused a ripple in global markets that made the newspapers. So anyone that thinks it's number one, raise your hand. Okay. Anyone that thinks it's number two? Anyone that thinks it's number three? Here's the deal, guys. Number three is way too specific to be a lie. Which one's the lie? Oh, he's like, number two. All right. Next, I am pleased to introduce our artist guest of honor, Sarah Felix. So normally the spotlight interview is done in the Dunwoody Ballroom, but for Sarah, I wanted to do it at her bay in the art show. So on Sunday at 11:30 a.m., please join us in the art show. That way we can talk about the art and look at it in person, and maybe you'll accidentally buy stuff, you know. And two truths and one lie. You guys ready? I once had dinner with my art idol, Brian Froud, where all he wanted to do was talk about cheese. I once created a tiara for my cat, and he loved it and let me do a photo shoot with it on. And HDTV came to my house to film 2 segments for a show called Crafters Coast to Coast. I made a tile box and flying pigs from clay for the show. So everyone who thinks it's number one? All right. Number two? Number three. So Sarah didn't tell me which one of these is the truth or lie. And as I was reading these to some of my coworkers, my brother in the other room said, number two is definitely the lie because cats don't put up with that. So which one is it? It is number two. Because cats are assholes. PG-13, it's fine. I was told I got one F-bomb, but I'm not going to do that. All right, so our volunteer staff has been working tirelessly since the end of last year's convention to make this year our biggest and best convention yet. During the next 3 days, there are plenty of activities to keep you busy and quite a few ways for you to spend your money. First up, let's talk about Wheel of Time programming. This is the first programming track I'm going to highlight. All of our tracks are very big, but these slides are just going to have highlights. So the 2 highlights they'd like me to mention is the Wheel of Time Leatherbound in the Dunwoody, BC Ballroom on Saturday at 11:30, and reviewing the TV series Saturday 2:30 p.m. in Oakwood. Now, so the room that we're in right now is called the Dunwoody Ballroom. This is where you find most of main programming and also the major activities throughout the weekend, which includes the costume contest, obviously opening ceremonies, and some other things. Shortly after opening ceremonies, the ballroom is going to be divided, and then 2 big events start at 2:30, as long as I get done faster. So they're going to put up an air wall In this portion of Dunwoody, we're going to have Project Runway JordanCon edition. You'll form teams with fellow attendees and compete to impress our judges with your improvised cosplay using found materials. And then this section of Dunwoody, please join us for the Brandon Sanderson Reading and Q&A mega panel. This panel is a whopping 90 minutes long and will feature a Brandon Sanderson reading and a Q&A. Creatively named as always, Billy. I've been asked to remind everyone to please be aware the risk of spoilers will be very high during the Q&A portion of the panel. After the conclusion of opening ceremonies, oh wait, I'm supposed to click some stuff as I go. Yeah, that one, yeah, we did that one. All right, after the conclusion of opening ceremonies, we please ask everyone to exit the ballroom, whether you're staying for either of those panels. The hotel needs to flip the rooms, so please leave. If you want to attend one of the two panels, just line back up outside to come back in. Show of hands, how many first-time JordanCon attendees do we have here today? How many of you need an excuse to meet new people? Oh. And not that I think you'll actually raise your hand for this, but how many people are introverts and shy? Oh, that's very extroverted of you. Well, if you raised your hand to any of those, please join us at 5:30 this evening in the Dunwoody B&C for speed friending. It's a great way to meet new people with a series of icebreakers and hopefully make some friends for life. So speaking of first-time attendees, I would like to share another JordanCon tradition. You might have noticed I am mentioning traditions quite a bit. I've been attending conventions since 2004, and in all honesty, I have never been to a convention where I've met so many lifelong friends, people that I now consider family, and heck, I wouldn't have even met my wife without JordanCon. I didn't have a pause in there for that. I'm sorry. But just like how, hey, Bao has twins, by the way. That was improv, Bao. Bye. So just like all of our families have unique traditions, the JordanCon family also has quite a few traditions that you will hear about this weekend, including a love of tiaras, shenanigans, and an obsession with badge ribbons. So back in the early days of JordanCon, badge ribbons were used to signify guests, panelists, staff artists, people participating in JordanCon in some capacity. And then things got special. Nowadays, we have folks making Gleeman cloaks out of their badge ribbons. We have parents offering to trade their children for badge ribbons, though, as you heard, don't make that trade. Wow, thanks, man. And then also we have these two poor guys. Come on, you can do it. We have these two poor addicts who will do practically anything, and I mean anything, for just a taste of your sweet, sweet badge ribbons. By the way, Gerald made it to opening ceremonies. Look at that. So if either of these two gentlemen ask you for a badge ribbon, be careful not to lose a finger. In the presence of badge ribbons, they're like rabid badgers. Or this guy that us literary nerds are very familiar with, and this is the before ribbon, and that's the after ribbon. So speaking of badge ribbons, so a couple of years ago, I did badge ribbons, and I'm actually going to participate in badge ribbon shenanigans again this year. And like always, I made mine special. So here's the thing. Follow me here. In the movie Barbie, Ken is Knuff, right? Well, a synonym for enough is ample. And Rand's dad is Tam Althur. So therefore, I am Tample. I mean, I'm just connecting the dots that are already there. I promise. All right, next programming highlight is the Authors Alley Workshop track, which is found in DeKalb. Two of our highlights include Flash Fiction on Saturday at 10 a.m. and then the follow-up, Flash Fiction Polish, on Saturday at 11:30 a.m. Speaking of authors, we also have our writers track found in the Conference Center. Two of our highlights include The Golden Age Ghost on Saturday at 10 a.m. and The Vocabulary of Villainy on Sunday at 1 p.m. Tonight, our final main programming event of the evening will fill up the entire ballroom again. It is our annual Friday night yearly brawl. Sing along to some pub songs led by guest musician Mark Gunn, whom you've already met. Pick up some dice and try your hand at a game of chance. And finally, sing your heart out at our late night karaoke sponsored by Sound Booth Theater. You know, the guys that gave us those ridiculous Dungeon Crawler Carl books. Raise your hand if you don't know what Dungeon Crawler Carl is. Oh, giddy up. You're in for a treat. God damn it, donut. So speaking of DCC, next up, let's talk about the Lit RPG track found in Ashford. Two of the highlights include the longest names ever, Party Up, when authors and narrators team up to level up the audiobook, Friday at 5:30, and classic RPG Tropes Reborn, mimics slimes, goblins, but make them new, Sunday at 11:30. What? Author Steve Rowland is here. Sorry, man. Bao threatened to heckle me. I didn't know it was going to be you. So, all right. So, volunteering. Now that programming has got so much hype, let's talk about something completely different. JordanCon would not be what it is without our dedicated team of staff and every volunteer during the weekend who helps make this convention possible. We would not be able to throw such an amazing convention without you. If you haven't thought about volunteering, please consider volunteering. It is a great way to meet new friends, to earn some cool swag. And if you'd like to volunteer, please scan this QR code, or you can visit our volunteer staff in Maplewood B to sign up for a shift. We have all varieties of volunteer needs, from sitting and not talking to anyone for those introvert and shy people, to serving food in the con suite. And we even have kid-friendly volunteer spots that's not, yeah, it's if you like kids, is what that meant. I gave that, I was like, whoa, that doesn't sound right. So as a volunteer, you will get a swag bag, an exclusive volunteer badge ribbon, tickets to enter our volunteer raffle, which feature an assortment of amazing prizes. In the past, we've had some things from Robert Jordan's private collection in our volunteer raffle. I don't know if we have it this year, but yes, see, we do. And access to our gelato party at the Dead Dog on Sunday night. Yeah. And anyone, click the button. Anyone who completes 3 or more shifts will receive an exclusive volunteer enamel pin. For those pin collectors out there, you cannot buy this pin. You can only earn it by volunteering at JordanCon. Each year features a unique design, so if you need to collect them all like Pokemon, you have to volunteer every year. Also, as a way to say thank you for all of our hardworking volunteers, many of our dealers in the dealers hall are offering discounts and assorted freebies for those who have earned this year's pin. After you've completed your 3rd shift, they will give you your pin, put it on, go in the dealer's hall, score some free stuff. Woohoo! No, some people said they'll give us freebies. Some are freebies, some are discounts. I know Dragon Steel booth is doing, I think, Post-it notes and something else. Lanyard. What? What? Time check. I don't know what the time check is. I don't have a watch. I took it off. Cufflinks. Back to the slide. Yeah, what? One of these days, Jen. Not you, Jen, that Jen. All right, so communications has asked me to share a couple of things. Please remember to use this year's hashtags on social media, #JordanCon and #JordanCon 2026, so that us old people can find your posts and your photos. Please remember to check the schedule daily for changes and updates. The schedule can be found at jordancon.org or jordancon2026.sked.com on your Sked app or the daily printed edition of the source. Communications recommends downloading the Sked app as is the easiest way to set reminders, get notifications, and leave feedback in real time to help us make JordanCon better. I would now like to invite our con chairs, Jimmy and Jennifer, to come up on stage to present our annual JordanCon Awards. And this says, insert very funny joke here. I apparently forgot to write one.
You will insert nothing. I'm sorry, it was just right there. I couldn't help myself. See, I'm not doing with my teeth this year. Okay. All right. So the JordanCon Hero of the Horn Awards, we give out 3 Hero of the Horn Awards every year, and they are for a professional, for a group, and for a individual volunteer who has done extraordinary work on JordanCon's behalf. We like to recognize people who support the convention and people who this would not be possible without a lot of love from a lot of people. And so we like to recognize our heroes of the horn. So the first one I'm going to give out now is to our professional. And this is going to a group who, this is going to a company that has been vending at JordanCon for quite a long time. They're not quite the first vendor at JordanCon because they did miss the first year, but they have been vending here for a while. Let's see. They donate their time and their skills, and you probably know them best as Paul and Mike Bialczyk from Aerodani Studios. Come over here so she can get our picture. Aww. He's going to have enough time, don't worry. Okay? All right. The fan group that we'd like to recognize today is a group that is a Sanderson fan group. We do love our Sanderson fans. They have been a big part of JordanCon since the beginning, and we really wanted to embrace the Sanderson fans as they have embraced us. So there is a fan group that is surprisingly significant in the terms of the membership and whatnot. It's the Sanderson Collectors Guild. So if you didn't know this, the Sanderson's Collector Guild is several thousand people in their Facebook group. They are great at what they do is they help people find collector's items, evaluate collector's items, determine what is worthy of collection and whatnot. And so we wanted to recognize the Collectors Guild and one of their founders, Mark Lindberg. Mark, are you here? Go get him. I have summoned him. He must appear. All right, good. Okay. All right. And now our next award is for a volunteer who has done a significant amount for JordanCon. What are you doing? Oh, there's more. Okay, good, because this is the one that we consider most important of the 3. Okay, so this is for the volunteer who's done the most for JordanCon. We named it a few years ago after a past volunteer of JordanCon who unfortunately is not with us anymore. His name was Steve Godecki, and he was an integral part of JordanCon while he was with us. And also in his private life or his non-convention life, when he was able to, he worked for AmeriCorps, the volunteering organization. So volunteering was something very important to Steve. He was a great volunteer, and we continue to honor that legacy by naming the volunteer award after him. All right, so how am I going to say this without giving away too quickly? Okay, this is someone who I just asked her point blank once. I don't think I appreciate you enough. Do I appreciate you enough? And she's like, maybe. This is someone who has been volunteering since I think the first JordanCon, if not the first, then at least the second. She has worked in a variety of capacities here, working her way all the way up to programming officer. Hi, Jen. It's Jen Hellman. Jen Hellman does so much for us. You all just have no idea. She's just like this invisible backbone of the convention, and she just she at least deserves a plaque. Here you go.
To be fair, I think I told you that you make me laugh, so it was all fine.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Right?
Okay. All right. Okay. Mark, get over here. Mark, I got you a present. Oh, you didn't tell him?
Billy just grabbed me and was like, come here.
Wow. Okay. So Mark, I am awarding the volunteer, I'm sorry, not the volunteer, the fan group award for the JordanCon Hero of the Horn to the Sanderson's Collector Group. So,
Thank you.
all right, I have one last award. We don't give this one every year. We give it in times of great need because it is the Taverin Award. And we give it to someone who has done so much for JordanCon that it is beyond a hero of the horn. They're someone who has changed the pattern of JordanCon. And this is, let me find my notes. Okay, so this is someone who has been a cosplayer at JordanCon, someone who has won enough awards in the costume contest that they have to be a judge now. They're not allowed to participate anymore. They have donated their time and their skills as well as the products they make. One of these is going to give it away. Okay. All right. They started the JordanCon dance party. And they're the first person to be the Toastmaster twice. So our Taverin. There you go. Was that good, Jimmy? Did I make him cry? Did I throw him off? All right. I'm done. I think you need to be back here. There you go.
Hi, everybody. I've been gone for so long, except for those 2 times I came back. Jesus Christ, Jen. Okay. All right, moving on. Also, all I wanted was a drink of water, and I left my water bottle up here. I was like, I even ran up to push the stupid button. I could have. Anyway, JordanCon has supported a variety of charities throughout the years, but our primary charity is the Mayo Clinic's amyloidosis research in honor of Robert Jordan, who passed from cardiac amyloidosis in 2007. Since our founding in 2009, JordanCon has donated over $60,000 to various charities, primarily the Mayo Clinic. To participate in the JordanCon charity auction, please scan this QR code. The charity auction can be found in the Ravinia Ballroom, which when you exit this room, it's to the left. After registering on the website, please visit our charity volunteers in Ravinia to activate your registration. Bidding will start at 10 a.m. tomorrow, and you must visit the charity auction desk to activate your account after you register, just to keep it from getting crazy, I think, right? Yes. There we go. Throughout the weekend, we have a variety of charity events, including a poker tournament on Friday at 8 p.m., an Uno tournament on Saturday at 2:30 p.m., and a dice throwing tournament on Sunday at 11:30 a.m. You can pre-register for any of these events at the charity table in Ravinia. And finally, one other way to support JordanCon and our charity is to please consider purchasing the 2026 JordanCon Anthology, featuring 23 authors in addition to our literary guest of honor, and 11 artists with a cover featuring our art of our artist guest of honor. This is the largest anthology to date. Show your love for authors, artists, and charity, all with one purchase. I'm gonna get my mouse out and fix this. Next up, we have our Sanderson track for the weekend. Please check schedule our website for the full track, but highlights include the Dragonsteel editorial, where you'll learn how Brandon's team takes his manuscripts and turns them into the final versions we actually like. I didn't write that. Is that you again? You. Okay. And Dragonsteel Creative, which is how Isaac and the creative department turned Brandon's vision into visual art. 15. Con Suite. There are plenty of food options around the area. The mall across the street is walkable. The hotel has an amazing restaurant that is going to do breakfast, lunch, and dinner this year. They also have a full bar, and starting at 5 p.m. today, they're going to be offering some really crazy potion bottles. They said it's for healing, but I don't think it'll heal you. But if you drink enough of them, it might heal you. But yes, please support the restaurant. The hotel does a lot for us. Buying food at the hotel restaurant, one, you don't have to go anywhere, and two, it encourages them to be like, man, we like these guys. But included with your membership, you have access to the con suite as well, which is in room 301. It typically has snacks throughout the day and actual meals at the appropriate meal times. The con suite is located on the 3rd floor, room 301. The con suite is grab and go, so please listen to the volunteers to keep the line moving. There are a lot of you. You will want to eat. The line will snake all over the 3rd floor. Please listen to the volunteers and do what they say. After grabbing your food, please feel free to eat in the hospitality suite, which is room 312, or go back into your hotel room and eat. Please, please do not consume food or drink in the hotel lobby. They have asked us this every year. People always forget. You guys are at opening ceremonies, and I am telling you, I'm using my Taveran powers. Don't eat in the lobby. Also, don't drink in the lobby unless you're drinking beverages that you purchased from the hotel. If you have alcohol, do not drink alcohol in the lobby unless you bought it from the hotel. Is that good, Jimmy? We good? Yeah, that's what I was supposed to say. Cool. And oh yeah, please for the love of God, do not eat or drink in the lobby. Cool, I already said that. Also, you asked, and Jen Liang said I got to share this. For those who are old, that's the Raisin Bran son. I don't know if you know. And it was a bitch to Photoshop those scoops in there. But now your bagels come with 2 scoops of cream cheese. That's the biggest cheer of the day. But are there capers? Never have capers. No, I brought my own. It's fine. So fantasy programming. Please join us in our fantasy track in Maplewood A. The highlights include Cozy Fantasy Sleepover Friday at 8:30 p.m. and Finger Licking Good Dating Sim Saturday at 10 p.m. What are these things? I don't know, but look it up on Sked. All right. Feedback. In addition to our wonderful volunteers, the other way that you can help make JordanCon better is to give us feedback. This can be done in real time using the Sked app. On Sunday, during leave takings, we will also have a link to share for the annual planning survey to provide additional feedback and input for next year's event. And they didn't tell me to say this, but here's the thing about feedback. Don't be that person. I'm talking about the one that complains about the roughness of the toilet paper in their hotel room. Or the person who complains why there are so many vegetables in the con suite and not enough chips. These are real feedback that I have heard in my 20-something years going to conventions. W2, I didn't say it. But yes, that's real. Next up, we have our, there we go, Makers Track. Please join us in Gardenia for the Tiara workshop with our artist guest of honor, Sarah Felix, Friday at 2:30 following opening ceremonies, and our cross-stitch the JordanCon pin designed by Madeline Locke, and the class will be taught by Corey Saturday at 11:30 a.m. That one got canceled. Don't go to that one. And now, unfortunately, we have to talk about something more serious because some people are jerks or idiots or worse. And the officers for ConOps, Shannon Lieb and Jesse Blair, are going to talk about that because the funny guy should not be talking about this.
Hi, everybody. I'll start with just one clarification. If you do volunteer, there's great discounts available in the dealer hall. And the Sanderson folks did give us lanyards and Post-it notes, but you actually get those in the volunteer office. Don't go to the Sanderson booth and be like, I want my lanyard. They don't have the lanyards.
So we're going to kick this off and we're going to try and make it quick. So safety is everyone's responsibility. This is a wonderful family. And for the most part, people are great to one another. And that's wonderful. But I do have to talk about one of my favorite things, which is consent. And we love consent around here. We're big fans of consent here at JordanCon. And our favorite kind of consent is enthusiastic, emphatic, and explicit. So we're going to do a quick practice. On the count of 3, I want everyone to give me your best enthusiastic, explicit, and emphatic. Yes. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Love it, love it. And while consent implies some adult activities, it also applies to hugs. So not everyone likes hugs. I like hugs, but I still expect you to ask me. All right. It also applies to loud noises. If you feel the need to blow on your horn, let's go ahead and ask, is it okay if I make a loud noise here? And somebody might say, no, that's not cool, man. So don't do it. Sound good? Awesome.
Okay, thank you. So our job in large part is to make this event very comfortable for you. And we have tried to do that proactively, but help us help you. So first, if you have any feedback, any questions, any concerns, you're like, this looks like a tripping hazard, or this, I don't know where the con suite is. Can somebody help me? Look for somebody in either a teal and black lanyard or a black and teal lanyard. That is staff and officers, and we will help you. Okay. Look also for the white hats. There's one in the back of the room. On Saturday night especially, but all throughout the convention, the white hats are our safety team. If you happen to be cosplaying with a white hat, it's fine. But white hats are our safety team, and they can get you to help if depending on what you need. Also, please follow the signage and instructions. So that goes for throughout the convention. We're trying to help provide information on where you can find things and how we reserve space for different needs. Please follow the signage. And then for accessibility, if you have any kind of accessibility needs, any kind of accommodations, either for physical or if you need information about allergies on con suite, something like that, there is information at the registration desk. If your question is not answered, there's a sign-up sheet to be contacted by the accessibility team, and then they can help you. Okay? Excellent. Good job.
It worked for me, Paul. What's wrong?
Stay up there, push my button.
Consent, Paul, consent. So we are going to take a moment and talk about our weapons policy. Thank you to everyone who has already been to our weapons inspection station to get your handy dandy zip ties. As you can see, my weapons have been peace bound. That's right. So our policy is no live weapons. What does a live weapon mean? Does it cause someone to bleed? Don't bring it in. If you brought yours and you are now like, dang it, I can't do that, you got to take it outside of the hotel. The hotel, this is not just our policy, but also the hotel's policy. Okay. So you need to take it outside of the hotel and store it in a vehicle or elsewhere off the property. All prop weapons must be peace-bound. This includes anything from a fake sword, but also to the 6-foot Koloss swords that people have been carrying around. If you have something that cannot be sheathed, like a 6-foot Koloss sword, we'll go ahead and put a zip tie around the handle. We got you. We just need to make sure that it's not going to cause someone to bleed. Okay. All prop weapons must be inspected by our safety team, and they will be doing those inspections at the inspection station, which is located in this corner in the pre-function space right across from registration. If you have questions about your prop weapons, that is also the place to go and ask. For the costume contest, because we've already got some questions, is can I un-peace bind my weapon for the costume contest? And the answer is yes. We will also have safety personnel on staff to rebind your weapon right after the costume contest. All right, and if you have any questions, like I said, head to that corner and we got your hookup. All right, awesome.
I am keeping track of how many of these rules I have been breaking. I'm sorry, Jennifer, that I didn't ask for consent before I kissed you twice. Thank you. No. All right, next up is gaming programming. Some highlights include Magic Draft, whatever that word is, pre-release. I know you Strixhaven, it's pretty obvious, but they're crazy people. Is that like the Ninja Turtles expansion or whatever? Sorry. All right, I'm done. They just kicked me out, Jennifer. Also, we're gonna do our intermediate mini painting on Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Both of those will be either in La Grata or the La Grata patio. Our gaming hall. Please support our on-site vendor, Gigabytes Cafe. The gaming hall is open from 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. You can bring your own games and play all weekend. You can check out games from them And you can also buy games from them. Yes, someone? Sure. I had 30 days to get this prepared, by the way. Thanks. Authors, oh yeah, oh, this is me, sales. Oh, hi. Now let's talk about all the wonderful places that you can spend your money this weekend. Outside of this ballroom, you will find our Authors Alley featuring 38 author guests selling and signing their books all weekend. If an author isn't at their table when you stop by, they are probably on a panel, so just make sure to check back again later. Inside the Ravinia Ballroom, where the charity auction is also where you can find our dealer's hall, the JordanCon store, and the art show. Ravinia will be open today from 2:30 to 7. The rest of the hours for the weekend are on the signage or in Sked. A couple of things to talk about the art show. Our art show features a silent auction. Look for signs and or volunteers to explain the process if you're unfamiliar with it or if you have any questions. A couple of things they've asked me to remind everyone. Please do not take photos of the art without the artist's permission. Please do not touch. If you want to buy something, get a volunteer to assist you. And please vote in our People's Choice Awards. Every single one of you has the ability to vote on your favorite three pieces in 3 different categories. Please vote. Artists are very narcissistic and love winning awards. Oh. Well, that joke was better before you gave me 2 of them. Please visit our dealer's hall, where you can find over 40 unique vendors this year selling all sorts of amazing things. And it is also where you'll find the Dragon Steel booth. And last but not least is the JordanCon store, featuring this year's concert designed by Madeline Locke. JordanCon branded pint glasses, lanyards, pin stickers, and other unique designs on various apparel. And while JordanCon itself is cashless, which includes the art show, the store, and the charity auction, vendors in the dealer's hall accept money. They want your money. They might not accept certain payments, but if you have a question, ask them what payments they accept. They are not cashless. As a previous vendor, I like your cash. Costume contest. Wait, where does this go? Wait, did it skip a bunch of stuff? Cool, that's fun. For those that love cosplay and costuming, our costume contest will happen after the concert. For those, well, you'll get the concert in a second. Apparently these got out of order. For those wanting to compete in the contest, please use the sign-up form linked in the Sked app. Registration is limited and it is open until midnight tonight. Pre-judging sessions will begin at 2:30 on Saturday in the Ashford track room. Please check your email for your scheduled time slot for pre-judging after you have registered. And for those that simply want to watch the costume contest, it will be in the Dunwoody Ballroom Saturday starting at 5:30. Just look for the really long line, and that's where the costume contest is. Oh yeah, see, science fiction programming. Our 2 highlights are You're on the Menu, How We Cook Humanity, Friday at 8:30 p.m., and Babylon 5, Predicting Fascism Via Future Conflict, Sunday at 2:30. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but there's a lot of panels about authoritarianism and fascism this year. I don't. At 4 p.m., see now, the concert. At 4 p.m. before the costume contest, we will have the Peachtree Symphonic Winds performing Journey Before Destination, a celebration of wonders that may be discovered along the paths we travel. The concert will feature fantasy and sci-fi soundtrack highlights to inspire your imagination. And the final event of the evening in Dunwoody on Saturday, and my personal favorite, mostly because I'm the guy who picks the music, is the JordanCon Dance Party. Way back in JordanCon 2, see, man, you already told some of this stuff. Jennifer, you got to tell me these things. There was nothing planned on Saturday night. Literally Saturday night, they had like a Celtic band play, and then there was just crickets. And it was a rock band?
We played rock band.
Oh, so I was like, why isn't there dance music? So a gentleman named Jay Darrow, who sadly will be missed, he apparently had brought a big ass speaker to JordanCon 2 because they had no speakers at JordanCon 1. And so he was like, oh, you want to play music? Well, let me go grab my PA from my trunk. And he brought it out and set it up. And at some point, Jimmy Liang messaged you or you messaged him and was like, there's a dance party going on downstairs. And Jimmy was like, there's a what? And for about an hour, there were 4 of us dancing. And then eventually there was the con dancing. And now it's a tradition. But the shenanigans will begin at 8:30 in here, and they will go until about 1:50, at which point I will play the worst songs I can find on my laptop. And you people will continue dancing to spite me no matter what I play. It is awful. And there you go. And some of the really awful songs actually become so cool that they've actually become on a normal playlist, including the DuckTales theme song. I mean, look, I love that song. Didn't know it was danceable, but it is. And so at 2 a.m., they will turn on the lights, and I will please at 2 a.m. leave so the hotel can do the flip for the next day. But we can dance until 2. They're not going to turn on the lights at midnight again this year. So now this next part, I wish I didn't have a script to do it. It's going to take away from it just a little bit. But I'm going to carry it with me here, so bear with me. So come on, guys. Oh, wait. Now I do need, where's my little thing? It's got to, see, if I just pulled out my mouse at the beginning, this would have been so much easier. All right, I guess I'll put that in my pocket. So I was thinking, some of us will continue partying around the hotel after the dance party ends at 2 a.m. And some of us will need to go back to our rooms and take a 400 milligram of ibuprofen and pray to God our body will work on Sunday. And it got me to thinking, I'm getting older. Sometimes I look around, I don't even recognize the world I'm living in anymore. Things are changing. They're not changing for the better. There's a coat somewhere. Thank you. That's perfect. Uh-oh. Oh, how many things did we click on the way? Oh, I might have clicked it myself. Look at that. Where's my mouse? Mouse, stop clicking. Go back. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, got me thinking, take a moment about how things changing. Life back then was just a little bit simpler back in my day. Back in my day, JordanCon couldn't rent out an entire hotel. Pish posh. We had to share space with a high school prom, a bar mitzvah, and even a wedding. And also back in my day, I could still fit into that red shirt. But I do love this one. Yeah. No clue who she is. I am assuming a bridesmaid. Back in my day, the con suite didn't serve lox and bagels for breakfast, or Indian curry for Friday dinner, or pizza for Saturday dinner. Poppycock. The con suite had hot dogs 24/7. And if you didn't leave with at least 5 hot dogs on your plate, they'd make you work a shift in there. What's that, Bella? Heck, we even had a staff member who had to quit because she had PTSD from all the hot dog jokes. And that stands for post-hot dog stress disorder. Jokes are better when you have to explain them. Back in my day, we didn't have amazing panels like system errors, hilarious author mistakes that made it into the first draft. Oh, wait, I don't think I'm supposed to click. Oh, man. Yes, this is a problem. Hot dogs. Yeah, I'm a little bit behind here. And then, this would land better if I did the slides when I was supposed to. We didn't have crazy panels with names like that. We had uninspired Snorefest panels like Dirty Stories with the Dark Lord Dragon. Oh wait, we're doing that again this year? Am I doing it again this year? Well, never mind. That is a nonstop thrill ride of a panel. And the panelist is intelligent, attractive, and an all-around cool guy. He has a pipe. Back in my day, we didn't have amazing charity auction items like a hand-forged shattered Logoth ruby hilted dagger. Fiddle faddle. We were happy to bid on a $5 bill. Autographed by none other than Abe Lincoln himself, who might have been too drunk to just remember how to spell Abraham. How much did your husband pay for that? $300? $300 for a signed $5 bill. It's not signed by Harriet McDougal, though. Back in my day, we didn't have to ask Harriet to record special messages for us like this at opening ceremonies. There's no audio, guys. So she said, hi, Brandon. Hi, JordanCon. I really wish I could be there. And what'd she say, Bella? That was Bella, not Harriet. No, sir. If we wanted to hang out with Harriet McDougal, we could just go hang out at the bar or hang out at the pool like this. That is Harriet's first Jell-O shot. Being told to eat it like an oyster. She didn't believe it. And finally, back in my day, Brandon Sanderson wasn't setting multiple records on Kickstarter or signing an exciting deal with Apple TV. Nope. Back in my day, Brandon Sanderson was asking me if I wanted to cut off his head while dressed like a Trolloc. Or doing whatever he's doing there at JordanCon 1. But I'll just say this, in all honesty, and this isn't meant as a joke, back in my day, many of us hadn't discovered you, Brandon. I thought he would be here, but he's not. Oh, there he is. There's Brandon right there. Hey, Brandon. So many of us hadn't discovered you, and I think we can all agree that we are so grateful that Harriet asked you to finish Jim's Wheel of Time. That series meant so much to all of us, and by you finishing his series, it introduced so many of us to your epic stories and world. So there's no joke here, just an honest thank you from all of us fans. And that was back in my day. Go enjoy JordanCon!